Fancy yourself Sir Galahad, Moore sneered. She doesn't want to go. We're about to be married, aren't we, sweetheart? Especially now. The girl, and she was a girl, hardly budding yet, made no sound, but she shook her head frantically, pushing her skirt back down over thin, pale legs. Hill turned on Moore. "You disgusting—" Moore's face engorged with fury, and he raced around the bed to slash viciously at Hill's head. Hill ducked, but the blow took a chip out of a massive oaken bedpost. The girl gave a muffled scream then, but neither man could pay her any attention. Their swords clashed until Hill got the oaken table between them. "Have sense," Hill gasped. "Do you want to die over this? Scared to fight, stripling." Fueled by new rage, Hill vaulted the table, kicking out to drive his opponent back, and then attacking ferociously. Bed hangings parted, more chips of wood flew. Moore retaliated with wild murder in his eyes. Hill pushed a chair at Moore's legs. "Think, you madman!" Moore kicked the chair across the room. Get out, or I'll spit you like a chicken." His sword shot forward. Hill lifted the second chair so Moore's blade point drove inches into the wood, where it stuck. Hill could have killed him then, but stepped back, breathing hard. "Now will you see sense?" Moore placed a foot on the chair and wrenched his blade free and swung with snarling, deadly force. Hill blocked, then slashed back. Blood spurted from Moore's arm, and Hill retreated again, but his opponent howled with rage, blood spraying from his wound. He charged, blade point driving for the heart. Hill jumped aside and turned the blade, but not quickly enough. The point sliced through his open jacket and into his waistcoated torso. He staggered back, a hand to his wound. Moore cried out in triumph and raised his sword over his head to deal a final blow. But at that crucial moment the door burst open and inn-servants rushed in. Moore hesitated for a small but fatal second. Hill drove his sword right through his opponent's heart. "Murder!" someone gasped, and then everyone leapt into action. 3 men seized and disarmed the panting victor without care for the bloody slash in his white waistcoat. 2 others ran to the fallen man. The innkeeper shouted, "Liza! Liza! Run fetch the magistrate, girl, there's been murder done." So much, thought Lieutenant Christian Hill, for trying to rescue a damsel in distress. And that was his first death. What a pointless one. He was thrust into the heavy, scarred chair and kept there by threat of a dirty kitchen knife, a knife able to slash off his head in one stroke, held by a man who looked as if he'd be happy to do it. One of the men kneeling by Moore said, "Dead and gone, Mr. Hood. Didn't have a chance." "Of course he did," Christian said, pressing a hand to his wounded side. A glimmer of good news there. It seemed to be a mere slash. "Moore attacked me first, and he was at least as good a swordsman." "So you say," the innkeeper interrupted. "And who's to pay for all the damage?" "I will." Money was the least of Christian's worries right now. He needed a witness to the fight. He risked turning his head to look toward the bed. It was empty. "Where's the girl?" he asked. "The wench who came with him," the innkeeper said. "Long gone by the looks of it." "She was there, on the bed." Christian moved to look. The kitchen knife stung. He jerked back, glaring at the scrawny man who